Hi folks, Deanna here. I wanted to show you the online application portal for submitting your portfolio for the Certified Educator application. Let's take a look. Okay, once you pay your application fee, you will be sent a link to the application submittal portal, and this is what it looks like. Certified Educator application form is what you want, and we use an online submittal portal called Submittable, and you will need a Submittable account in order to send us your portfolio. It's free, but it's different than if you're an Alliance member and you have login credentials for the AFMTE.org site. This is different. This is just for submitting your application, your portfolio. So you will click on create your account, and you'll enter an email and a password and your first and last name and sign up. I already have one, so I'm going to go ahead and sign in so we can take a look at the application process. Okay, so once you're logged in, you'll see your name up here in the right, and this little paragraph appears on each of the pages of the application process. So you'll scroll down, and I've already entered a fake address here, but you'll enter your address and your phone number. And because once we confirm that your portfolio meets the competencies, we will want to mail you your certificate. So you will enter that, click on Save Address and Continue. And then you'll be able to see the application information we're asking for and the places to upload your files. So full name for your certificate, so you'll enter your full legal name exactly as you want it to appear on your certificate. You will enter formal education. So this is your post-secondary education, college, professional school, trade school, probably massage school. Anything that you've done post-secondary. Include the name of the school, the area that you studied, the dates you attended, any degrees or certificates that you earned. This box will allow you to enter a lot of stuff in there. It might look small, but you'll be able to fit it all in there. Teaching experience, so you're going to say what you did and where and during what time frame. So you taught for a particular CE provider for these subjects during these dates, or I worked for this school, or I did work for myself if you're a CE provider and you do your own workshops. And then there's a couple optional areas if you are licensed, registered in a particular state or states. If you have certifications in other areas, you'll enter those things here. It's not required, but we wanted to allow you to enter that. If you've had any teacher training, so the name of the course or the program, specifically training in teaching and learning. So you'll write down, or you'll type in the program, the area of studies, and the dates that you attended there. And if you belong to any professional organizations, you will put them in this box here. If you have received any special recognition or awards, anything, you'll put that in this box. Again, not required, but those things do tell us something about your career. And then after that, you'll begin uploading files that you've created. So you've written your statement of interest. It can be in any one of these file formats, actually. We'll be able to read any one of these file formats. You'll click on Choose File, and you'll find it on your computer, your documents or your desktop or whatever, and you'll upload that. I'll just upload a file for fun to demonstrate that. It will show your progress, and once it's uploaded, you'll see the name of your file there. I'm going to remove that so it doesn't get stuck. Let's say you uploaded the wrong one. That's how you un-upload it and do a different one. You will enter the email addresses of your 2 recommenders, and we will contact them directly to submit their letter into this portal so that it's attached to your application. So make sure you get permission. You've probably already talked to them, and let them know that we'll be emailing them directly. Put their email addresses in there. You'll want to select what course you are submitting your syllabus and lesson plans and stuff for. So we don't care either way, but if you happen to be submitting for a class you teach in an entry-level program, click here. If you are submitting for a continuing education workshop or course that you teach, you'll click here. We just like to know what type of class we are looking at once we get started looking at the materials. So you'll upload your course syllabus or your course outline here. And then there's two lesson plan sections. So lesson plan 1, you'll upload your lesson plan or your detailed description of how you use your time to cover a specific topic. And you'll upload that here. And then you'll upload 2 types of assessments that go along with this lesson plan. So a formative assessment and a sample of a summative assessment. And then you will submit 2 graded student evidences for either one of those assessments. So basically, here's your examples of your assessments, formative and summative, and here's proof that you actually use them in the classroom. And you'll want to blot out any identifiers that would allow us to identify those specific students, but we want evidence that you actually graded those, used them, and graded them. And then starts the section for lesson plan 2. So you'll have a second lesson plan or a second detailed description of how you use your time to cover a specific topic. And you'll upload that here. Again, you'll upload example of a formative and example of a summative assessment that you use for that lesson plan. Incidentally, this summative assessment might be the final exam you use in that course, and maybe both of your lesson plan number 1 and your lesson plan number 2 may both contribute to that summative assessment. So in fact, you may end up submitting the same example of summative assessment for both lesson plans if indeed that's the case. But you'll want to also submit your graded student evidences to different ones than you submitted for lesson plan number 1. So evidence that you actually use those assessments in this lesson plan. You'll do those here. And then you'll submit examples of your instructor evaluations. So whatever student evaluations you completed recently, you can either make a bunch of copies and submit them as one file here, or you might have a summary written. You may actually give us the copies of the actual evaluations or a summary that's been written about those evaluations by maybe your supervisor, something like that. And then the last 2 things you'll submit are video evidences. You'll submit 2 separate video recordings showing us your ability to explain something or interact with your students or reply to their questions, things like that. And the key indicator here is these files must be 400 megabytes or less. And so watch the other video I'll be creating or I've created to discuss with you how to keep that file size, how to create a video within that file size. So, and these are the different types of video files that are acceptable. And then you'll submit your portfolio. Now you may want to start this process and upload a bunch of files, and maybe you haven't done your videos yet and you want to save your progress. So you'll click on Save Draft, and that will save everything you've uploaded so far or entered so far. And then you can come back and log back in when you're ready to submit your videos. And once you've uploaded everything and entered all the answers you want, then you will click Submit Portfolio. But let's save our draft for now. And when you're at the top, I'm just going to scroll back up to the top where your name is. You can log out, and when you come back and log back in, if you're not sure where your application is, you can click on My Submissions under your name and look for it. So let's try that. Let's see what. So I've got all submissions, active, accepted, declined. These are different categories that your submission would be in after you've clicked on Submit Portfolio. But until you click Submit Portfolio, it'll be in Saved Drafts. So this is the one we've been working on, and to continue, you click on Continue. It'll actually take you back to the address page. Just click on Save and Continue there. and you're back to this page that you were working on. Let's say you've already uploaded everything here and you're ready to upload the videos, and you do that, and then you submit your portfolio. Now if I click on submit, you'll see that all of the required fields that I didn't enter haven't been completed. So it's not going to let you click submit if you're missing some stuff. So all of the files that are required and everything else. So okay, at the top of the page of the form, my email address is right here. You go ahead and contact me if you have any questions as you're going through this process. Good luck.